What's going on, everybody? My name's Derek, and welcome to the Tiny Raptor Farm. What's going on, everybody? I ain't seen you in like a week. I'm glad you get to see me though, finally. Now today, to start off this morning, I couldn't find my beanie. It's pretty chilly out here today, so I needed to look for my beanie and I couldn't find it. So my daughter lent me hers. Well, actually, she gave it to me. I think she'd get ready to throw it away. But let me show you this thing. I'm gonna enjoy rocking this thing today. How do I look? I don't know if it's a Hello Kitty beanie or what it is, or I think her mom made it or something, I'm not sure, but I can't get it out my face. Ooh, that worked. Anyway, let's get our day started. Okay, well, I was gonna do a short on showing you the greenhouse, but let's go ahead and go in there. No, you can't tell it, but there's my door. Brand new, I made it myself. This is I want to say we did, that goes down like that. And the same over there. I think this is a 24 foot by 18 feet, I think that's what it is. But anyways, we put a bunch of our peppers and stuff in here, and we've got some blackberries. Let me show you this blackberry. Hold on. Look at this blackberry. Look. All the way to there. Oh crap. I bumped the ceiling and it dripped water all over the phone. But anyways, that thing, I've never seen it get that long, but right there, it'll start growing back in the ground, and it'll take root again in different spots. I'd never seen that before, but this is the first year it's ever done that. But anyways, we got some tomatoes, we got some jalapenos, and these right here are our pink lemonade blueberries. And I told about in one of my first videos, man, them things are good. If you don't have any pink lemonade blueberries, look them up and get some. Man, them things are good. But anyways, I think that's about the gist of the greenhouse. There's really nothing else to show other than the poor construction. This is, I just literally just threw it together because you can't really see that, because it was the freeze was coming and it snuck up on us. The freeze was coming the following day, so we had to hurry up and build it, and we had some extra wood laying around from the porch that I took a bunch of stuff off the porch, so we had extra wood laying around. Threw it together real quick. I mean, it works, but it's not permanent and it's not pretty, but hey, it does the job. Because right now it's kind of warm in here, and I don't know if you can see that or not, all the water droplets and everything on there. It's doing its job, so kudos. Now I want to talk a little bit about off-grid living. Now, if you're living off-grid and you get chickens and stuff like this, you're gonna need one of these. We don't need it, but it's very convenient. And this right here, the hole was smaller than that, but our meat chickens that we had, the Cornish cross chickens, excuse me. They were a little bit bigger. Their breasts were so big they wouldn't fit down in there, and I think the end of it before was like that small. And see the difference? There's a big difference in it. So get one of those, make your life a lot easier. Okay, now if you're thinking about living off grid and going with absolutely no power whatsoever, now if you live in the country, or even if you don't live in the country, if you're living in a house, if you're living in an apartment, it's going to be difficult to do because you're just not going to be able to do it because most apartments don't have fireplaces. But what I suggest you do is, if maybe start off slow. Turn your power off for a day. I mean, cut the main breaker and don't have any power whatsoever. You know, cook on the fire outside. Of course, you don't have to wash clothes or nothing like that. You don't have to, unless you want to do that. Unless you want to practice doing stuff like that, you're more than welcome to. And then trust me, that never hurts trying to do stuff like that. But turn your power off for a day, and then jot down the day you did it on a piece of paper, and jot down your thoughts on it, and jot down what you could have done better, what you could improve on, or whatever. And keep track of that. And then maybe like a week or two later or something, within those first couple weeks, or those next couple weeks, do a lot more research and figure out things that you could do, or things to make it easier on you or whatever, and then go out and practice them. If you like making a fire pit, or building something to cook on, something to hang your meat with, or whatever. And then once you feel comfortable enough doing it, cut your power out for about a week. All week that week, cut your power off. Or do it for 2 or 3 days, and then the next time do it for a week, and the next time do it for a couple weeks. Do it several times during the winter, and each time you do it, document how you do with it. Document what you could have or what you think you can improve on, and then take those bullet points of what you can improve on, and then study it, research it, practice it, and then implement it. And then during the summer, and the summer's going to be tougher because it's so hot. You can only take so many articles of clothing off, and you're still not going to be cool. So depending on where you're at, I guess. But anyways, also do that during the summer. Start off with 1 day, and then I just walked to a spider web that went right in my eyeball. Start off with 1 day, and do it that way. I did it again. Anyway, start off slow. Do it that way. Do it for 1 day. Do the same thing. Jot down what you can improve on and how your experience went, and blah blah blah. Then the next time, do it 2 or 3 days. Next time, a week. Then 2 weeks. Then whatever, however you want to do it. Or just do it on the weekend. Do it like if you don't work on the weekends, if you have a 9-to-5 job or whatever, and you work during the week, you don't have to do it during the week, but do it on the weekends. Do it when you got time to focus on it, and do it when you have time to actually do the work. Because living off grid with no power, it takes some strength, and it takes some patience, and it takes time. So, and you can't get impatient, and you can't get aggravated, because you're gonna get aggravated, but you gotta take it a step at a time. Or if you don't want to cut your power out, that's fine. You can always, if you got a tent or a big tent for your family, or if it's just you may not want a tent, but if you got a little piece of property, or somebody who does have property, ask them if you can camp out for a couple of days and live off grid for a couple of days to see how See how that works for you. And then excuse me, and then practice fire, practice finding resource in water and shelter. Those are the three most important things. In wilderness survival, we call it the 3 3s. Is you can go 3 weeks without food, I guess depending on diet though, or depending on, you know, diet, I guess. Okay, 3 weeks without food, 3 days without water, and 3 hours without proper shelter. And 3 hours without proper shelter, meaning that, you know, if it's, you know, 5 foot of snow outside, or you're in a blizzard, you know, it's, of course, it's probably gonna be less than 3 hours, depending on the clothes that you have on. But, you know, it could be, or you get trapped somewhere, and let's say you're driving across the desert to go see family or friends or whatever, or you just want to take a drive, and all of a sudden your car breaks down, you have no cell phone reception, blah blah blah. Then what are you gonna do? You know what I mean? You can't stay in the car, you're gonna heat to death. So you got to get out and you got to do something. You get off your butt and do something. And you're gonna hear me say that a lot on this channel, is get off your butt and do something. But anyway, if it's 110, 115 degrees outside, you ain't got but a few hours. You can't stay in the sun. You know, you're gonna have to find shelter immediately. You know, the same way if it's 20 below zero, you're gonna have to find shelter immediately. You know, build you a fire. You know, find a way to build a fire, and then, you know, whatever. But anyways, you know, practice living off grid, practice searching for food, practice sourcing water, and practice your sheltering. You know, as long as the shelters is good enough to where it's going to insulate you from the weather temporarily, then that's fine. You know, but anyways, once you do that, I started getting into wilderness survival stuff. And once you get done with all that, you know, try to summon the inner engineer in you, if you got one, and try to see if you can build, you know, certain things that'll make your life easier out there. You know, there's a guy on YouTube, he's back in the 60s or 70s, I think. He documented everything. His name is Nick Prentice, I think is his name. Nick Prentice, I believe. But anyways, he went out to Alaska and he built a cabin completely by hand, and made his own door hinges, made his own door latches and everything, all from wood, made everything himself. And, you know, if you could look him up, Dick Prentice is what his name is. If you can go look him up and watch him, that's a really good documentary they did on him. But anyways, you can learn how to do stuff like that. And, you know, he didn't really teach you how to do stuff, but I'm just talking about in general. You know, practice makes perfect. You know, figure out ways. You know, you're gonna have to fail sometimes in order to improve on something. That's just the way life is. It's just human nature. And once you fail from it and you realize, hey, I can't do that this time, or I can't do that the next time, and then the next time you don't do it, and you get a little bit further than what you did the last time. And then once you get a little bit further than you did the last time and you happen to fail, then okay, I can go 2 steps further, or 3 steps further, 4 steps further, or however much, and then I'm almost done with it. I almost got it completed. I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep going, and I'm going to finish it. You know, prove it to yourself that you could do it, and then prove it to your family that you could do it. That way, your family will know without a shadow of a doubt that if y'all get trapped into something like that, or y'all do go live off grid, or something happens, the grid goes down the way the government's acting, you know, you can live off grid. That they will know that you'll be able to take care of them. Okay, so do it for yourself, do it for your family, and make sure that you know that you, without a shadow of a doubt, that you're going to be able to take care of them if something like that happens. Well, I had to take my jacket off. It got a little hot. Anyway, this is where I'm going to end the video today. Sorry it's not very long. But I hope this video finds you, and I hope that you will you can learn from it, and I hope that it will serve you well. And like I said, practice makes perfect. Get out there and try it. You know, nobody's gonna do it for you. You know, something goes down, you can't depend on the government, and nowadays you can't depend on other people to take care of you. So take care of yourself, take care of your family, man up. It's time to go. We're gonna end the video, and I love you, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will talk to you next time.